Hey guys, welcome to another Theory of Computation tutorial. Today we'll look at another example of converting a Mealy machine to its equivalent Mealy machine. So let's get started. So this is the problem. We have to construct a Mealy machine that counts the occurrence of the sequence BAB. Alright. So what is the sequence? It is BAB. Let's choose green color. Alright. We have to look for string BAB. Okay, fine. And in the input string. And we have to convert that Mealy machine to its equivalent Mealy machine. Fine. So let's say this is our starting state. Now remember, in Mealy machine the output is dependent only on the state, correct? So let's say this is our Q0, and if we get input now for Q0, let's associate it with 0. Only when we find this string, that is BAB, then we are going to output 1. Rest all other states we are just going to output 0. Okay, so Q0 you have the output 0. Okay, then you get input B, you go to Q1. Q1, again the output associated with Q1 is going to be 0. Then you get input A, you go to Q2. Okay, output associated again 0. Okay, then you get input B, you go to Q3. Okay, and the output associated with this is now going to be 1. Okay, so once we find the string BAB, we reach to state Q3, then we get the output 1. Fine. So the language for this Mealy machine is going to be A comma B. Okay, and the output is going to be 0 and 1. Okay, only when we get the string BAB in the input string, we are going to output 1. All right, now this is the basic structure. Now let's check it out and fill it for all the inputs. So let's say if we get A in Q0, what happens then? So if we get A, you go to state Q0 itself. Okay, because you can have the string like A BAB. Okay, what happens over here in Q0? If you get input B, you will go to Q1 itself. Okay, this is Q1. You will go to Q1 itself if you get input B. Why? Because the string can be like this: B, B, A, B. Okay, so it will still have the string BAB. Okay, now what about Q2? If you get input A over here, what do you do then? If you are in Q2, you get input A, you go to string Q0. Sorry, Q0. You get input A, you go to Q0. Why? Because let's say the string is like this: BA, again you get A. Now you need to have BAB again, right? So you have to come back over here to Q0, then again you can have BAB. Okay, yeah. Now in Q3, what happens if you get A and B? Okay, so let's say you are in Q3, okay, and you get input A. If you get input A, you go to Q2 actually. You know why? Yeah, you go to Q2 because see, you already have B over here. You get input A, you come to Q2 and you get B, you go to Q3 again. Okay, and if you get input B over here, then you have to go back to your starting state. No, not starting state. You have to go to Q1. So if you get input B, you go to Q1 because it's going to be like this: BAB, again you have B, and you come to Q1, then you have got AB. Okay, so you reach Q3 over here. Okay, so this is the Mealy machine. Now we have to convert it to its equivalent Mealy machine. How do we do that? So in Mealy machine, the output is dependent on the input state and the state it is going to. Okay, so what we'll do is, first let's just draw the states over here. So this is our starting state Q0. Then we have got input B over here, you go to Q1. Okay, then you have got input A, you have your state Q2, then input B, and you go to Q3. Okay, so we have drawn the states now. Now as we can see in Q0, you get input A, you go to a state where the output is going to be 0. Okay, so you go when you get input A, you're going to a state where the output is going to be 0. So if you get input A, you're going to if you get input A, you're going to Q0 and the output is going to be 0. Okay. Now if you get input B, you're going to a state where the output is going to be 0 again. So let's write that down, B/0. Okay. Now we are done with Q0. Now let's look at Q1. So Q1, you get input A, you're going to Q2 where the output is 0. So A/0. Okay. If you get input B, you're going to Q1 where the output is 0. So let's write that down. It is B/0. Okay. Now in Q2, what happens? If you get input A, you're going to Q0. Okay. So you're going to Q0 if you get input A. Okay. And in Q0, the output is 0. So A/0. Okay. And if you get input B, you're going to Q3 over here, Q3, where the output is going to be 1. So let's write it down, B/1. Okay. Now, in Q3, what happens? If you get input if you get input A, you're going to Q2. So let's draw that. Now in Q2, the output is 0. So A/0. Okay. And if you get input B, you are going to Q1. So let's draw that. Yeah, you're going to Q1 for input B. And in Q1, the output is 0. So it is B/0. Okay. So this is how we convert a Moore machine to its equivalent Mealy machine. Let's just fill in the transition table. So over here, we have got Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. So let's write that down. Q0, Q1, Q2, and Q3. And the output is only associated with the state. So 0, 0, 0, 1. 0, 0, 0, 1. If you get input A, you are going to state Q0. Q0. If you are getting input B, you are going to Q1. And in Q1, you are getting input A, you are going to Q2. And if you are getting input B, you are going to Q1. Q1. Q2, what happens? If you get input A, you are going to Q0. And if you get input B, you are going to Q3. And in Q3, if you are getting input A, you are going to Q2. And if you are getting input B, you are going to Q1. Now let's fill in the transition table for Mealy machine. So over here we have got Q0, Q1, Q2, and Q3. If you get input A, you are going to Q0 itself, and the output is associated with input A and state Q0 is 0. So it is Q0, 0. And if you get input B, you are going to Q1 and the output is going to be 0. Okay. In Q1, what happens? If you get input A, you are going to Q2. So Q2 and the output associated is 0. Okay. And if you get input B, you are going to Q1 itself and the output is going to be 0. So Q1, 0. Okay. Now in Q2, what happens? If you get input A, you are going to Q0 and the output associated is 0. Okay. And if you get input B, you are going to Q3, and the output associated is 1. And in Q3, what happens? If you get input if you get input A, you are going to Q2 and the output is 0. And if you get B, you are going to Q1 and the output is 0. So Q1 / output is 0. So this is the Mealy machine's equivalent transition table. Okay. So I hope you got this concept. If you have any queries, feel free to ask me in the comment section below. Thank you very much.